Argonians got hooped. Didn't they just, like, increase what they nerfed previously on the Argonians? The whole potion thing?
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna wait to see. But basically, the Argonians, the builds they have, I have not seen. I have to take a look and see what they exactly are doing. But I'm not gonna believe anything until I see it on the PTS to make sure of what it's gonna do. Like the Argonian, the Khajiit ones, honestly, it kind of sucks still. It makes it good for Nightblade Khajiit, but it still doesn't make it good for like any other build really.
Well, and another thing is they didn't want to change anything drastically because they don't.
Well, unfortunately, what they need to do is like either A, fix stamina builds, or B, fix fix it so you can have a valid magic build on any class, which they don't have right now. Like my Khajiit previously, before they put in the changes of 1.6. I could still have like a ton of weapon crit, and I could still be viable on a spell build using Flame Lash because Flame Lash was still going off weapon crit, despite the fact of being a spell. 1.6 came in, and it became a spell crit. And my guy has basically health regen, stealth damage, which doesn't help in any PvE sense, and then weapon critical, which only works if I have a weapon equipped. Doesn't work if I have any spells or anything else with it. I think Argonians had the same issue as well with certain things there, but potion builds can be kind of OP, but you have to have a lot of champion points for it, from what I've seen. Because they're going for the champion point passives. Anybody starting to range Nightblade? Bow. Yeah, go bow, get your bow skills up. Maybe go two-hander. Two-hander for good for PvP. Dual wield for PvE stuff.
Oh, okay. How about something about next Monday's patch?
The patch notes up yet?
No, they're not. They're not up yet. But
No. The proper response is soon.
But they did say a very, very small tidbit. They said it's going to be very small. There's some fixes for some quests and Guild Bank.
Guild Bank.
Guild Bank. Are they going to fix the fact I can't open it 90% of the time? Are they going to let stuff stack? Like, oh my goodness, what could this be?
I'm not putting too much faith in it.
But like, really, what else could they fix? What else could they change about the Guild Bank in PC?
They can make it so they reduce the number of slots to it.
They can't do that.
They just like troll you, be like, you thought you were getting something new, but no.
You thought you were getting it fixed, but no.
How foolish of you. Ha 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 ha. Then they just cackle. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And I've been watching the patch notes and trying to decipher like what the next like thing that's going to be changing with this, so people can try getting themselves out of the curve here.
Yeah, excited to see the patch notes. Something that I kind of really wish would have happened is that I kind of almost wish they would have like just dropped the PTS on us, because right now a lot of people are raging, including I was at some point, because we don't have all the information.
Yep.
And they're giving us little tidbits.
Yeah, well, I think they had to give us tidbits. You take a look at Dominionoid's post and a lot of other people there. They've started doing a lot of data mining, so a lot of stuff they want to keep secret, they can't. It's out there now. There's nothing they can do. And I think it's absolutely changed their PR game there, so they have to kind of release stuff out there. Otherwise, we learn about it because somebody else puts it out there, and what they're trying to kind of hide and slide under, it's just not going to work.
But if they really wanted to just not have that happen, they could just put data mining against the TOS.
Well, no, data mining is going to happen regardless, even if somebody puts it out there or not. It's a GD body you cannot stop because it's just put into the code. There's just no way you're going to get rid of it. Yeah, I don't think they have any issue. I mean, it's the same way with, like, animation canceling, attack weaving. They can't really get rid of it, and it'd be hard to, like, stop people from doing it. So they basically say, okay, we're making it a thing there. We're going to integrate it as one of the requirements to us to do.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering what that whole thing was about on ESO Live about animation canceling.
Well, if they made it so that the heavy and light attacks are on the same cooldown timer as the abilities, well, that might be a way to fix it in general. Because right now, the reason you animation cancel is because the two of them are on, like, separate timers.
Interesting.
But at the same time, they're dealing with the hero system, so it's like they don't even own the system that they're working with right now, so. Alright. Let's take a look at something else here as well. Racial Payas has increased. Mundus Stone buffs improvements. So actually getting, like, the Warrior Stone or the Thief Stone is supposed to be helpful again.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm only using, like, I usually only use the this guy I'm using magic, so I'm using the Atronach here. And my other guy I use stamina. That's it.
So you're probably gonna really enjoy that stamina regen one, hey?
The stamina regen I probably could use, because right now it's like to be good in PvP you have to have a good, like, 1,000 or so stamina recovery at least. And inside PvE, like, the stamina recovery on a DK is good for the Green Dragon Blood, but then you're kind of, like, limited. You don't have any way to get it unless you have a Templar with you. But I would just like to see more in general, like, more variety to it, I'd like to see an armor buff stone or something like that. Well, armor buff stone that actually, like, was worth it.
I never really put that much thought into my Mundus Stone. Like, I pick one that I imagine would be good for me, but I guess that's part of not being min-maxy.
Yeah, and I like to...
Like, oh, I'm a healer, I'm gonna slap this healing one on. Or maybe spell crit on.
Yeah, which isn't bad. I just want to have it so, like, any one of them can be viable in some fashion. Like, if a Mundus Stone is not used because it has no use compared to, like, something else, then that's a failure on the designer's part, and they gotta just basically fix it.
That's true. Or if one's OP and everybody's using it, like the lady.
Jesus. I think I had to I'm probably one of those 4 people that have it on there like an alt.
Well, that's the one they said a whole bunch of people had, I thought.
Oh, no.
At first they're like, oh, what's up with the lady? Everybody has it. And then they realized it's like the first one that you run into.
Yeah. Frost.
I ran away from the lurchers. So what else is on there? I should, like, probably just open this up.
Yeah, I'm looking at it here. Unfortunately, I'm ignoring chat, so I'll figure you can watch that for me. Let's see, glass racial motif style. Probably gonna be like the Imperial one, where you can find it in anything here.
Yeah, that'd be cool to figure out. Or if they're gonna do the whole, page thing for it as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, actually, I just realized something too. Given the fact that you're gonna have to be opening those chests out in the middle of PvP zone, a great way to make sure that you're ready for this is probably gonna be leveling up the Ledgerman.
So yeah, those are like locked chests that you have to open those treasure chests?
Yeah. So the Ledgerman's going to be nice because then you can just, you know, if you're like running around in stealth and you don't want to like expose yourself because you're like wide out in the open when you open one of those chests. You get the Ledgerman there and you're just able to like instantly like open it up, or like 50% chance to open it up. So, like, as a PvEer, I definitely recommend for anyone to get that.
Yeah.
Let's see what else there. Improvements to item sets. That'll be, again, I've been telling everyone, like, hold on to any item set that you can get. Even if it kind of sucks now, it's probably going to be improved. Those for hide mounts, visual upgrades, new crafting skill lines, new undaunted pledges, tons of combat and game balancings, which again is good and bad because it means that a lot of things that you do now is going to change.
Which again is...
Oh, sorry. I'm not used to holding on to the key here all the time. Improvement to endgame camp. Sorry, tons of new combat and gameplay balance changes and all that stuff, which are good and bad, but we'll have to see what it actually is on PTS, because like everyone was saying that the sky was falling when they released 1.6 and they couldn't get themselves around like how things going to change here with stamina builds and all that stuff, and like, you know, how crit's changing. But honestly, it's until we see it in PTS, I don't know what they're going to do. Oh, but that... Did you see the lack of a certain role in that fight tonight?
A tank?
Uh-huh.
They even called it out. They said, we don't have a tank. We have a healer and 3 DPS.
Yep, because they probably don't want to show people how they're doing it right now. Because they're probably not 100% sure how this is going to shake out.
Like how they're going to block?
Well, technically on a tank, you should be blocking 24/7. Like, unless it's something like the Manacora, you don't block 24/7. You just kind of, you block any major hits, but like minor hits, you set it down there, you do a few attacks there and a heavy attack or something like that just to get your stuff back. And as long as it's not like a major enemy there, you should be fine.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it yet, because I always find I block more than I should because I'm just not, you know, tanking is new to me. And it's just kind of rough that I won't be regenerating stamina. And your regen takes 2 seconds all the time, right? 2 seconds to me feels like a really long time in a fight.
Yes.
So I can't just like drop block, regen, and then pick it back up, because I have to wait at least a full 2 seconds, and I'm gonna get like 1 tick of stamina regen.
Mm-hmm. But there's 2 ways. There are ways to get stamina back on your characters, though.
Yeah, via potions, shards, whatever.
And certain passes in different lines too. Sorks, for example.
They're gonna work. I didn't know if they would, because they usually just say they increase your, you know, passive regen.
No. Like the Dragonite, for example, the Ebonheart one says that you gain like, I think 8% or something like that of your stamina every time that you activate an Earth and Heart ability.
Oh, good, because that's my tank.
Yeah, so like you put on like Igneous Shield or something like that, and that's going to give your stamina back. You have a Sork.
Yeah, just so much of this that we need PTS to be able to really know.
Yep. Sorks have their Dark Exchange. Templars, of course, have shards, but they also have, I think, is it Honor the Dead or Repentance that has...
But Templars can't use shards on themselves.
Yeah, but what's the one that they take stuff from, like, dead enemies?
Yeah, Repentance.
Yeah, you can get stamina back from that. Hopefully people...
But here's the whole problem. Like, that says, where is it? I don't have it on this little baby character, but doesn't that just increase your stamina regen by a certain percentage? So if your stamina regen's at 0, what's that skill gonna do? 0 times 20% is still 0. That's what I don't get.
Well, it have to be like a hard 2 seconds before you get your stamina regen? Does block have to be down for 2 seconds? Or does it mean that like within 2 seconds there you have to have your block down to get regen?
I don't know, because it takes 2 seconds for my tick to hit. So how is it gonna give me stamina if I haven't held my block down for 2 seconds yet?
Yeah, my thing is like if you just like, let's say you just like put it up there for like half a second and then put it back down, is that gonna prevent you from getting a regen? That'd be kind of stupid, I think, but that's me.
That's what it sounds like to me. Like I have to keep my block down for a full 2 seconds to get any regen, and I'll only get 1 tick.
Yeah, I'll have to see. I'm waiting to see that as well. Oh, the other things you have there is under the last ability in the heal staff line, which a lot of healers need to start looking at, is Force Siphon. It's Siphon Spirit at the morph there. Siphon Spirit is like, you know, basically every time you hit them, you get Magicka back. And if they work that right, that's definitely gonna be what they need for getting some of that up there.
What do you mean getting some of that up there?
Well, let's say you had shards, you had Siphon Spirit, and you had like a Dragonite tank that's using that. That's a ton of stamina that they can be doing with different attack weaves and abilities. So I'm just guessing they're looking at a dynamic of, okay, if we have all these people with these mechanics here, they should be able to get enough stamina back to block. It's going to pigeonhole a lot of people, though, so I'm kind of hoping that in some of the some of the changes, they're going to be adding in more, like, they're going to be adding in more, like, stamina granting abilities, you know?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But it's also going to be interesting because I'm still trying to see if they're actually going to have a different. Right now, Templars are the #1 healer. I am interested to see if they're going to be putting in something to make that, like, challenge that with the Dragonite or the Zork, like they've been talking about.
No.
Why not?
I want to be the best at something.
God damn it. Well, it's.
I'm actually working on a character because you know the whole level your ult, not your vet.
Yeah.
I'm working on a Templar that I want to be a tank, but it scares the hell out of me. I just like the "this is what they're good for" builds.
I know, but I mean, I like having the diversity that I have with mine.
Well, and that's why I'm trying, right? I am trying.
Mm-hmm. Just make sure you level up all the different skills. That way, if something becomes, like, super great, you can still use it. Freaking took that to the face, jeez. Okay, now that was the basics of that. Let's take a look over, or sorry, that was the overview of it. Let's take a look at the basics side here. Alright, so the Imperial City, we have 3 entrances from around the area. And I'm taking a look at the areas, I'm taking a look at the geography, and yeah, they are easy places to camp.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how we're supposed to be stopping, but at least it's also not close enough to, like, any objectives to be annoying to, like, oh look, they have Alicia farm or something like that. They're like sieging from up on top of the farm to the entrance, so we can't even get in.
I don't care if somebody ganks me when I exit in the Cyrodiil. They can't have my stones.
Yeah, but you still want to get into the city, right?
Oh, yes. To get in, that's an issue. Yeah, I thought coming out it would be an issue.
No.
You're a lot more aware than when you're coming out.
Yes. But like, imagine if somebody had like a siege weapon on top of a tower, and they were able to like, you know, use that every time you're trying to get yourself, you're trying to get in there, and they like the guards can't hit them, so you have to go and take the, you have to take the farm every time you want to get in. Is there anything good there? No.
But that's the whole point. Like, they're thinking a lot of people are going to try to be rushing and getting in there. So there should be a lot of people to help fight off those guys with siege or whatever.
I also wonder if you own the entire map, can you go to any sewer entrance, or is it just yours?
I think the way Brian explained it is that it had to be yours. I saw that in a forum post.
So
Because he explained what access meant, and I think he said access means that you are able to use your alliance's door, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, because what that tells me though is that if you wanted to gank, you know exactly where to go. If you own the entire zone, then I know exactly where you're going to go because you only have one entrance into yours.
That's true. But like I said, I'm not 100% sure on that. That's just how I understood it, and I don't think maybe it was not said that flat out.
Next we have to go in there, travel to the lake, go in the Imperial City. Your alliance's base, you'll find a general, talk to him or her, okay? Talk to Drake of Blades in your alliance's home base, and complete the quests. To begin your Imperial City adventure.
Now, how I understood that when they were on ESO Live is that at least there is like a main quest that goes through there, but there's also kind of like a tutorial quest, right?
Yeah, that sounds like what it was. And you can take a look at Dominion's post there, and he put a bunch of quests down that he found and all that. So some of those will probably have that.
I just hope that I found something really, what I think is really appalling on forums the other day. Somebody was playing like people were saying why they don't PvP. Somebody was trying to do the frickin' quest, that your tutorial quest when you get into Cyrodiil, and somebody killed him.
Yeah.
That's absolutely horrendous. Like, seriously. You should be, like, frickin' invincible while you're trying to do that quest in the specific zone of the quest completion.
Yep.
Because, like, that's just detrimental to your views of PvP. You can't even fucking learn it. Hey, because you're trying to do a quest? Boom, dead. Now you'll never know how to put up siege.
Yep. I just imagine the person like answers the person who did that just like answers on the forum like, "Welcome to Cyrodiil, bitch," and then just like drops the mic and leaves.
Yeah. Nonetheless, really, I think it's really mean.
Oh, it is. I'm not disagreeing. It's mean. I'm just saying like they probably just like annoyed the hell out of him with that. And some people, I mean, I play griefer games. I know the deal. People just like being able to kill people when they're trying to do anything. Okay, activities inside the Imperial City. There are 6 districts. There's also 6 homes. The north one there doesn't seem to have it. The Imperial City offers many activities to participate in the whether you're interested in PvP, PvE, PvP, or a little of both. You can do that. Run through the White Gold Tower, dungeons with your friends. You can also queue for these outside the dungeons. Yes, yes, yes. Battle enemy alliance players and Molly forces, including the Xenas. The Imperial Cities for 6 Imperial districts, and earn Daedric trophies and monsters you kill in the treasure vaults. Find the Imperial City for veteran rank 16 jewelry and other rare folds. Now, they mentioned that Daedric trophies for that. Now, is that going to be different than the tokens they're giving us?
See, this is why I'm confused, because I thought these treasure vaults that are...
Nope.
that have the special set jewelry is not the normal treasure chests that they showed, where he got Telvar stones. I understood you have to collect this trophy, and then you can go somewhere and get this treasure chest. But where is this treasure chest?
My guess is they're just sitting around. You have to find them inside the city.
And you have to have one of the fancy trophy keys to open it.
Yeah. Now I'm just glad that they're letting you like pick the lock or something like that, not making you have to like find a key to get into the chest. But at least those are going to give you those boxes so you can at least get something for your trouble without having to worry about it being taken away from you by the time you get back to your home keep. Now, when they say new jewelry sets, right? How pissed off would you be if it was like a VR16 like Warlock ring?
Oh man, I always forget about push to talk.
Yep.
So,
I do too.
personally, I wouldn't care because I don't even have my Vet 14 gear yet. But anybody with Vet 14, or Vet 12, I guess, because isn't Vet 12 the highest Warlock?
Yes. Well,
If
yeah,
I
yeah.
was Vet 12 and I had one of those stupidly rare rings, I would be pissed.
Wait, there's a... No recipe. Don't care. Okay, play through the Imperial City storyline. Yep. Started by the Darker Blades. Collect Talvar stones to defeat Molig Ball's minions. Enter the Imperial City to hunt tro scraps, yada yada yada, and cutting scraps for Talvar stones. Insert Zello motif chapters for Zello motif. Okay. Now, I'm hoping that I don't know about you, but I'm really hoping that the story quest that they put in this thing here is going to be like not out in the open.
Yeah, because I'm not going to get to hear it because somebody's going to kill me when I go to hand in a quest and talk to them.
Yep.
See, this is why this PvE girl here is not impressed with this idea. Because if it's a good story, I care. If it's the main quest, like the dailies are probably going to be some stupid story I don't really care about.
Yep.
But the main quest, I want to be able to listen to the NPC, which means I need to stand there for normally a good solid 15 seconds.
Yep.
So I really do kind of hope they're somehow, but they mentioned there's no safe zones except for your own alliance corner. So really, they would like have to send you out, go kill this dude, and then come back. And that's the only way you could actually talk to the quest NPC and be totally safe.
Yep. And that is going to be an issue, of course. I really hope they don't do something like that, but you never know what they're...
And I think that's a lot of the reason why people are saying it's a PvE player. We don't even count that as PvE content because you're in the middle of a war zone there where you can get killed, so you can't enjoy the content in the same way.
Yep, yep. And of course, not even registering.
By the way, Hero, regardless of
Yep.
all so did you read that by Corpsage? I'm also glad we're able to have a civil debate and no one gets hurt or anything because someone doesn't agree with that. I'm very happy about that too.
Oh, okay, that's nice. Sorry about that. I was...
Wait, don't get me wrong. I really do actually enjoy questing in Cyrodiil because the sense of danger. But that's because I can repeat all those quests, so if I don't get a chance to actually listen to the quest that one time first, I can still listen to it next time.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want one-time quest and not be able to listen to.
I kind of wish they had a playback feature, to be honest. The same way you can, like, go and take a look at your lore library, you could just, like, complete the quest, but you can go back and, like, look at it again and listen to it.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Get myself killed here. Yay! Hey, remember those? No, I'm not giving out the DK, but I am getting something up on a different character here. How you doing, Shadow? And how you doing, Kazumi? I apologize for not paying attention to chat there. We're just talking a little bit on Imperial City, and I was reading the notes there, so it covers up my other screen here. Okay, let's see. Let me take another look here as well. We get new powerful VO rank 16 armor sets by completing the White Gold Tower. The Undaunted pledges for them in veteran rank 16 armor sets by Telvar Stones. Craft new weapons and armor via the specific crafting stations, and new collectibles and achievements. Slaying Moabaz elite forces. Yep.
I don't think there's really anything much in there. We kind of already discussed the crafting.
Yep. I do like the new pictures for the scamps they have.
Oh yes, the possible jackpots.
Yeah, the little guys there. They kind of remind me of like a what do you call it? They had the horns like the what do you call it? The freaking Bosmers. That's it. Bosmers right there.
What about Bosmers?
The new little scamps there. They have horns like the Bosmer armor. And and the scales like it too.
I just leveled up. Yay!
Yay! I'm having trouble right now because somebody else here is doing my stuff, my same grind.
Finding the collectible would mean more to me right now, though.
I know. Sure, these guys are kind of pissed off at me at this point, but I was here first, so I don't give a shit.
Aha! That's exactly what I was talking about before.
What?
Where you're at their grinding spot, or they come invade your grinding spot.
I don't get mad at it. I just like laugh as they like try to like get ahead of me.
Oh, I'm not saying you specifically, but there people do, and that causes conflict, especially, you know, if it's a brand new currency system.
Oh yes. I'm lagging out here or something, though. Oh, there we go. Yeah, everything just like started like jumping all around like it was lagging.
I've had that happen a couple times now to me tonight.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with that, but oh well. Oh, also doesn't help that all my armor is like 0%.
I'm wandering around, and up until I leveled, these mobs were my own level, and it's like I was just killing them with one ability over and over again.
Yeah, I really hope they add in something like synergies to like to different things here. Like, for example, like the ability to just like, you know, if I cast this ability with this ability with this ability, it would stack up with damage.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Or actually, you know what? With the whole like the whole changes, what I put this in like the ESO question thing like kind of half-heartedly. But honestly, I kind of wonder like what would it be like if every time you did an ability, the next time you did it in succession, it costs 33% more.
That would be interesting.
So if you dodge roll, you do bolt escape, you do you spam impulse more than once. Each time you do it, it costs even more.
But we only have 5 abilities, man.
Who the
I guess
hell
the
would
second you
bother
cost a different
with
ability, that
shit?
would reset, hey?
Exactly. So like you do flame lash and then you follow up with like rapid strikes or something like that, or you do a heavy attack with it or something like that. I don't know, but just that like if you do it repetitively every time in like 2 seconds, those abilities would cost more.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And mark for that for deconstruction. And lamb saves to the father man. Oh, Miss Bizz, you know that you keep on forgetting your underscore in your name.
Oh man, so that's wrong?
Yes, I've been linking the right one.
I hate this.
I know you have to get rid of the underscore, unfortunately.
I know, but I can't because it's already taken. I tried to not have the underscore.
You could do the real Miss Bizz.
No, because then it's really different.
Whew.
After all said and done, more said than done.
And
The Bizz. You're gonna give people the Bizz. That could be the tagline.
the Bizz isn't gonna happen.
Come on, be like the Donald. You can wear a toupee and everything. Maybe some really like overpriced suits.
I don't think suits are my thing.
Let's take a look at something else here. I do like also the fact that they have like the animations there for like people to like climb up into the sewers there.
Yeah, nice
But-
little touches like that are good.
Yeah, but you know that they're not actually in the game to do. Or I wonder if they like, okay, you do the Imperial dance, and that when it looks like that's when you do yours, and I'll do the Khajiit dance, and I'll put the hand out there, and just when it does right there, we'll take the screenshot.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Hey, that's in EverQuest. That's the way they used to do it with like certain certain like ability shots there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they didn't have like an extensive like animation library, so they like made it so like you had to do they had to like their team when they were doing like certain things, or they like did certain like poses from like a dance, and they had to like time it just right. Way back in the day. Okay, let's see what else here. You can travel to participate in the activities, including the group dungeons, starting at level 10. Your battle level to Imperial City. Each alliance is based in Imperial City servers. Stealth your friends. Crouch and sneak through the Imperial City dangers for extra survivability.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Miss Bizz, you're gonna have to just stealth the entire Imperial City. Never come out of stealth.
I discussed that on Twitter, how I'm gonna find somebody good at PvP, and I'm not going to tell them, and I'm just gonna follow them everywhere to get wherever I need to go safely.
Just follow behind Cypher the entire time.
Exactly, and he can't know though.
You can
But
never
yeah, I
know.
would just follow behind him, and he would like clear the path for me.
Actually, I think the expert here would be good. Did I get anything up on the other one here?
Damn inventory.
Still waiting for Surge. God damn it. So close to Surge.
What else is on the list?
Oh, no siege weapons, which I freaking hate. Let's talk on that, because like, if you don't have a good build, like one of the good things about PvP is the fact that they have siege.
But it's such a tiny, tiny, tiny little space.
I'm not disagreeing with you. Like the sewers, I don't think should have it, but the outside, where you have the ability to go around and do different things, and you can see through walls and you can look over the top there, it stops bomb groups right now. Like seriously, like if you have a bomb group coming after you, you set up some siege there and you set up a line and you can hold a large group of force back if you need to. Versus like a Zerg or something like that that's just like sitting there waiting to kill you. Yeah, you're kind of SOL if you're against a larger force most times. Or against an organized force that's using the same ability.
The whole point is, though, is that you shouldn't be, like, blindly flinging siege around, because that's why they mention, like, you want to be more careful because there's these rooms, and it's not just a big wide open space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing that, like, you know, certain siege would have issues, especially in those tight corridors, but I still feel like, you know, in the, just around, like, I don't know, like, in like, the open areas, just the upper areas there, you can use siege. And maybe make only certain areas you can put it there, but siege helps against, like, a lot of, like, bad build. You know, if you're in a bad build and somebody else is in a powerful build, siege is a good equalizer. I mean, maybe not even make it so you can, maybe make it only so you can use catapults at that point. But just something.
Wanted siege to be more about big, like, it sounds to me like they don't want this to be like a big war with big groups like you imagine Cyrodiil should be because you're trying to take over a keep. They want it more of like small groups.
Well, small groups is fine if they can do it, but like how many people can you have inside of a district? That's another good point I didn't really think about. Like, how many people are you going to be looking at in a district?
Like, you mean how many people are allowed in it?
Yeah.
However many people go there, as long as population cap is not maxed out on Cyrodiil.
So, for that example they gave, right? Could we possibly have, like, 100 people in it?
If you give up 100 people defending your keeps, technically, yes. They said it shares all the same population cap.
Yeah, let's say that you know, an entire faction decides to go in and just camp there the entire night, despite whoever takes control of it, right?
Yeah.
They then go in there and they fight. You know, they keep themselves in there because they have a safe zone. They don't have to get themselves up at any point in time, and they just keep on like holding districts because they have 100 people in there at all times.
People have to sleep and eat. Kind of like how when I go to a Cyrodiil delve and there's some jackass that keeps killing me the second I go in the door, eventually that bugger's gonna get bored or have to go to the bathroom or something.
Yep, I'm not disagreeing with that. But you could easily, like, if you're log out, you're still gonna be in there, right?
Oh, hey, that's a valid. Oh yeah, that's a valid point.
So like, okay, Bob has to go. Okay, John, come on in.
But if they're all inside and no longer own it, John can't come in.
Why not? Then he can just easily get himself out of there when he wants to.
What do you mean?
If you're like in the middle of like a district, right? And you log out?
Yes.
Does that mean you're going to be leaving that district?
Oh, okay, no, I thought you meant that John would come in from Cyrodiil into.
Yep.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, they just all stay in Cyrodiil the entire time, and then they just do nothing but, you know, grind their stuff out there and kill anyone who comes in.
It's possible.
I mean, they've already captured all the keeps once, so that's all they needed. It also makes sense that they got rid of the Emperor buffs now, too.
Why?
Because I'm really wondering if the Emperor buff will work in the Imperial City.
Oh. Oh, yeah, because there's still a current Emperor buff, right?
Currently, but they're getting rid of the Emperor buff when you go outside of your zone. So if you're not in PvP, you don't get the Emperor buff anymore.
But Imperial City is flagged as PvP.
But it's not tied to your campaign. Your AP you get inside the Imperial City does not count toward the campaign, so does it really count as being in PvP? Or at least inside the Alliance War.
Okay, obviously I misunderstood that part of ESO Live.
Yeah, you get AP inside the Imperial City. The AP that you get does not count toward your campaign.
So it only counts as like the money version of AP that you can buy stuff.
Yep.
Okay, so random question that has nothing to do with new.
Yeah.
I don't understand AP. So let's say I go get 100,000 AP, and I go spend 50,000 AP on whatever.
Mm-hmm.
According to the leaderboard, which with 100,000 AP I'm probably not even on, but according to the leaderboard, do I have 100,000 AP or 50? Because I already spent 50 of my 100.
100.
So I can spend it freely and never really care.
Yep.
Okay, that's how I thought it worked, but I was kind of confused. Thank you.
Yep. And also, your AP counts toward your level in Alliance, too.
Yeah, because getting AP is how I level up, like the assault and whatever.
Yep.
skill lines, right?
Exactly. I kind of dislike that, though.
Why?
I would prefer it so it could also be tied to achievements. So people who aren't necessarily great at PvP can still get it without having to get a ton of AP. I mean,
okay, that's valid. But like, then they could do like me. I wish I knew how much AP I have on my main character. I honestly don't think I personally killed a single person ever in PvP, but I made PvP. I have a title from VP. I think it's only like I'm level fucking 2 or something, but there are ways to get it.
oh yeah.
And I think that if it's a PvP skill line and title, it should only be earnable through PvP.
I
That's
don't
like giving people a way to buy a Trials title with their AP.
I don't disagree. The only thing is like the Alliance rank that you have is like one thing that it's tied so much to the AP, which causes a lot of AP farming. And the reason I would like it to have it like tied to maybe alliances or to not alliances, but to more to achievements is so people don't feel like they have to constantly like farm AP. Instead, they can like do achievements. They can do things like taking keeps rather than have to go kill people and just like kill bad players over and over again to get their levels.
But eventually, I'm no longer a good source of AP. I'm no longer a puddle because if I get killed too many times in a row, you get nothing.
I know. But it's just like, you know, people farm. They will farm you. They will let you like sit there to gain AP and ripen and all that stuff until they take you and, you know, then get their AP from you, then go to the next farm.
So, now this is gonna like turn into Teach Miss Bizz what the heck.
Yes.
Hold on. What the heck was I thinking? Okay, I totally lost my train of thought, and I don't know what I was gonna ask.
Hey, doing, Carmen? I don't know. Maybe around 1, maybe 1:30. Just to enter the legend in there, yes, you can have. There are sets that can only drop, and they are absolutely awesome, and they only drop rarely. Dungeon helmets are one of those.
Yes. And healer stuff if you're a healer.
Yep.
Oh, I know what the question was. So I noticed, like in the whole PvP update thing, he's mentioned points, like the scoring system.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. What the frick does that matter?
AP?
No, the points. They said like in this campaign, scrolls won't give any points. Only keeps do, or something stupid like that. Like,
Oh, that's okay. That's the he's talking about the campaign reward. That's a little bit different. You take a look at the leaderboards, and just a minute here while I finish this off here, and I'll open it up. So go ahead, hit L.
okay.
Okay. You should assign one of them there and all that stuff. You'll notice that like each one when you sign up for one of these here, I'm not going to sign up for one of my character right now, but when you do it, you're going to see that your campaign, your alliance in that campaign has a certain number of points. Okay. And if your campaign wins that campaign, if you're on like a certain top 100 or something like that, you get rewards, and you get more rewards for the fact that your campaign won.
How come I can't join a campaign?
Do you have too many already? Or do you have like...
Be allowed to... Oh, because I'm on Daggerfall right now. I don't know where my Daggerfall character is.
Yes.
I don't know. Oh well, I guess. Okay, no, but I do know what you're talking about, how there was points there. But do people really... See, I don't understand what people care about in PvP. Do they really care about both?
If you're top of the leaderboard, you are. Because you want to get your reward.
But if you're near the bottom, you prefer to just farm AP to go buy some random
Yep.
box thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
So they have They had two types of points. You have the points for the alliance, and you had the points for or your personal AP and your standing in there, and then your alliance's rank, basically. And if your alliance wins, you get better gear. If your alliance loses, well, you get less gear. I don't remember the exact rewards.
So do like the points add up? Like if my...
Yes.
So yeah, like if my alliance takes 5 different scrolls, like 5 different times, you just keep adding. It's not just a count
Exactly.
at the very end of who owns the most scrolls or anything?
Exactly. So like whoever holds it the longest, basically.
Oh.
So we own the keeps. They come in the last day or of a campaign or something like that, and they take the keeps and they hold them all day. That's not going to have that's not going to have an effect that for the last like 29 days we held all the keeps, because each day that we had held the keep, we got a tick. So they may only get 1 tick for the 1 day that they held it, but like we get it for the rest.
Okay. Weird PvP.
Mm-hmm.
So none of Imperial City doesn't count towards any of that, does it?
Nope, and that's why your AP doesn't count in there either. Because the kills that you make is also something that factors in the score.
That's interesting. You know what I kind of thought of? That I really think they should raise the population cap.
Well, kind of, sort of. When they have so much lag right now, they kind of want to keep it low just to make sure it's not something like too much people coming in here, and it's actually the issue with that they were facing with like the checks and all that.
But right now, only the people in Cyrodiil count. The people in Delves.
Mm-hmm.
now people in Delves, people in Cyrodiil, and people in Imperial City are all going to count. Said that like those are technically all separate. So like if you're lagging in Delves, Cyrodiil won't be lagging. If Imperial
Well,
City is lagging, it won't affect Delves.
kinda, sorta, not true, but kinda is. Yeah. When you take a look at they're using a mega server, right? Which is basically they've taken several blade servers and like, you know, crunched them together.
Yes.
And if you've ever have you ever played, did you play PvP back in 1.5? Or ever like have crashes inside PvP when you're like going from one keep to another? Hey, your mic's not on if you were trying to say something.
Sorry, I was trying to talk.
Yes, I thought so.
No, I've actually never experienced any like of this lag people talk about, but that's obviously because I don't go in the big heated battles, and I was always like, let's go in this delve, let's grab these sky shards and get out of here.
Yeah, yeah.
And I would tend to go on a campaign that my alliance was in control of, so that my life was easier.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'll probably have a dev tell me that I'm wrong sometime later, but what it seems like it is, like, PvP, like, the Cyrodiil map is like a couple different instances stitched together. Like, you go between certain lines, and you used to crash constantly. And you can see, like, a small little line in the ground, like there was something going on there. And what I figured out it was probably was a loading zone that they were having. Is because, you know, you go to certain areas, you also have, like, loading screens that come on.
Yeah, like when you switch from Rockwood to the other place.
Yeah, yeah. But it's a little bit different there. This one was like, you know, you cross this line here, and all of a sudden you have lag inside this section, but you go to this other section here, and you don't have the lag. So it was kind of like there was something that was not connected, but it was.
See, and that's how I understood it, is that they mean that maybe it's different now, but that pretty much the delves were on one server versus, you know, and they're all stitched together.
Yeah.
But the delves would have been on one, Cyrodiil's on one, and IC's on another. So yes, I could be lagging in a delve at the top right far corner of the map, so that I'm probably a good chance I'm lagging at a delve in the bottom left corner as well. But it's just the fact that I'm in a delve.
Damn.
Not literally, like, cut
I didn't impulse.
the map.
Yeah, but okay, so you understand, like, the part that it, like, there's different instances and all that stuff, and they're kind of stitched together in the way that they're handled. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that the overall server can't have issues. Like, you'll notice that some nights when, you know, certain things are going down in PvP, delves, dungeons, and other things like that will suddenly start having lag issues. Yeah, even in PvE, like, we'll start having lag issues. And why? Well, they're doing something over here in PvP, and they're, like, lagging the server up.
Yeah, I guess, eh?
Yeah, there is absolutely ways that that one will affect the other. But usually you see that on a large scale type of issue, you know? You're like, everything in it just starts to have issues.
True.